this one's little, fiasco last weekend. Yeah, talking to you, Pickles. We're talking to you. She doesn't care. After the outlet last week, we just kind of dropped everything in here, and it's all been sitting in here waiting for me to unpack. So here's my haul. So I went to Marc Jacobs. I went to the cosmetic company outlet store. Went to Coach. Did UGG. Luxury beauty store. The office is a mess, so ignore everything in the background. But I'm gonna wait to unpack Marc Jacobs for a video. But let's get into the other items real quick. So at UGG, Stefan already took his stuff out. So Stefan got a pair of slippers, and I got a pair of slippers. They were like $20, totally cheap. That totally extra. So I got myself fluffy little slides. They're like $20, $21, I think they were. So looking forward to lounging in those. I should have picked up some more because that was really, really cheap. And then let's move over here. I went to Coach, and he picked up something. I picked up some little, dig in here, little made for factory. I'm pretty certain. Grab these little huggy hoops. See if I can get them to focus. They have crystals. And there was like a 60% off, and then an additional, I think 20% off. So they ended up being like $20. So really reasonable cost on those. And then I went to the luxury beauty store. Didn't have a whole lot there that I was interested in. I wanted to try out some YSL fragrances, but they didn't have anything that I wanted. So I picked up this candle set for like $20 from Replica. It has By the Fireplace, Lazy Sunday Morning, and Bubble Bath. So that was a little something, something. And then last but not least, I got this Wild Berry and Bramble diffuser from Jo Malone. Let's see if I can get this out of here. Okay, so this ended up being, it was like normally $100 and some odd dollars. I can't even remember the actual cost, but it ended up only being like $60, I think it was. The pugs are fighting, I'm sorry, in the background. And then he said that at the outlet they don't usually come with the sticks. He threw those in, so that was nice. It's a really nice little set there. The bottle of the fragrance. It's not focusing. There it goes. That was nice. Little instructions on how to use it. So that was nice to have. I didn't have a whole lot of candles, so I didn't pick any candles up. And they only had a couple of fragrances, but they weren't anything that I wanted to try out at the time. And then last, like I said, the Marc Jacobs items, which are in there. So excited to get to those. It is clean my disgusting eyebrows day. I have my appointment at Ulta to get my eyebrows waxed. You can barely tell, but they're like overground and disgusting. And I'm breaking out like crazy. I'm assuming it's this dress from Pickles' little debacle, but I guess I'm 14, not 47. Craziness. Well, I've dropped Pickles off for like her 4th vet visit this month, so we're going through a lot. But I knew that getting pugs, it would be a costly endeavor. I didn't think it'd be so costly in her first year of life. What is she, 9 months? I think she's 9 months this week, so it's been a lot. So yeah. Anywho, I'll go pick her up a little bit later. Hopefully she'll be okay. They're doing some additional x-rays. During her ER visit, they found an unusual enlarged area in her chest, and the doctor didn't know why, and it shouldn't be there. So our regular vet asked to have her come back in. Already the ER vet said to follow up in a couple of months, but I guess the regular vet is concerned, and here we are only 3 weeks after those initial x-rays. So they're doing an ultrasound, additional x-rays, and going to let us know what's going on with this strange chest area, and hopefully it's nothing too severe, but we're worried. So hello. So I just unpacked some items I picked up from the Eloquii recent sale. 2 things that have literally been, falling over. 2 things that have literally been in my cart for, oh my God, I want to say since winter. I'll grab one right here. Maybe I'll insert a picture of what they are, but it's like this wrap shell type turtleneck sweater that I'm just obsessed with because it will, see if I can get the right configuration going. It covers up the arms, so it's like, so I have this neck right here, and then it sorry, this tag just threw me off. It will cover up anything underneath it, so it's all open underneath here, all of this underarm area. So let's try it out and watch it be like a complete fail that's not gonna work out. But I thought I could use it to take like some summer dresses and turn them into more like winter dresses. So this is kind of the concept of it, but now seeing these shoulder pads, I'm not sure. I'll have to insert what it's supposed to look like, and y'all can tell me if it makes sense. That is just weird. But I'll try it on with a dress one of these days and have it look a little bit better. But I got it in black, and then I got a white version of it. So item number 1. A little disappointing. All right, number 2. This color pink really, just by everything. Whenever I buy this color, I'm always told that it makes me look not dead. So I got this. It has a little flouncy hem. Just something to wear to work. Let's see if I can put this back a little bit and maybe see the, there we go. Yeah. So, not the most flattering, but I kind of like it. Last but not least, I think I got it in the same.
Kids, seriously.
Nope. This is a different style, so let me pop this one on and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm a little bummed on this one because it had a really, really pretty bow at the neck, and I had to undo it just to get it on, which kind of sucks. But so it has this little tie here. I like the fabric on this one a lot more than on the pink one. This is very light and flowy and just really comfortable, and it's very plain on the side. So this is definitely great on camera for work. Shirt. My allergies, oh my god, horrible. Yeah, so I probably should have picked this up in a couple other colors because this is really nice. So you could do the open and just leave it, or do a really quick tie like that. If I could even do in the back. Oh yeah, I like that. So a few different ways to wear this one. So just a few items from Eloquii. Again, I'm not 100% sure, even though I was really excited about this wrap. We'll see, maybe the cream one's a better version of it, but hey all, how's it going? So it's the last weekend of June, so I am getting the vlog ready to go, and I know this month is not very interesting. I wasn't able to do a whole lot, mostly because of pickles, but some other stuff has happened, and I'll go into that in just a little while. So I wanted to talk about really quickly a couple of fragrance items that I picked up during this last month, and one of them was a gift from the hubster. Let's see if it will focus on that. It's a Vanilla Sky, which I've been wanting to pick up for a while. This I got as a sample from, oh, in fact, I have a little card still right here. This Sephora Favorites item. That focus, there it goes. This little card, picked it up over last fall, I believe, and I was going to get a little freebie of it, but because I picked up the Juliet Has a Gun fragrance, Vanilla Vibes, myself, he ended up picking this up for me for our anniversary, which was on May 30th, and then Pickles had her event happen, so we pretty much didn't have a celebration. That's why our 19th anniversary was that Memorial Day weekend, and we pretty much spent that next week with Pickles and her her stuff. So
here's what I found.
Siri's looking up stuff. Anywho, so Pickles is recovered from her surgery. We've had her follow-up, but they found, and I can't even remember what it's a gland in her chest area that's normally large, I guess, when they're babies, but it goes away as they get older, and hers is abnormally large. So we had to take her back in for some more x-rays, and we're waiting on the results, but we're not quite sure what's happening. But it's some thing that fights infection in puppies, and we're just not sure what's happening with her. But as far as her surgery went and the blockage that happened, she's recovered from that. Her incisions back to normal. She's pretty much eating normal. We've switched her from, so she's put on part kibble now, and then I make chicken and rice to mix in with her kibble to make it a little bit more appetizing, I guess. Give it a little bit of a gushy food flavor. We try to get her back to her normal food. So her Dolly has a specialized diet, and Boo has a specialized diet, and a brat diet, so to speak. So like a bananas, rice, applesauce, a bland diet. So they're on stewed chicken, brown rice, and peas and carrots, basically a homemade kind of pureed mushy food, and some chicken broth, and that's what goes in to make them, a gravy, so to speak, with their kibble. So they're all on that, and now she's fine, and so are the other kids. So they're all three doing okay, but we're waiting on the results to the x-rays to know what else is happening with her, because they're not quite sure what that is. So hopefully it's nothing too serious, and it's just an abnormality that's happening, but I don't know. So it's been a very expensive month of June with Pickles. Every time we take her in, it's hundreds of dollars that I've racked up. So she's I should have gotten pet insurance. So some words of advice: if you're going to have an animal, especially one that's prone to abnormalities or issues, invest in the pet insurance. It's not cheap, but this wasn't cheap either. Like I said, I could have bought a Birkin with what has transpired this month. Basically, that entire fund has gone to saving her. So, yeah, just plan for that. And she's got a long life, hopefully, a long life ahead of her. So, if this all clears out and it wouldn't be a pre-existing condition, I'm going to go ahead and buy the health insurance after we figure out what this is. Otherwise, it won't make much sense, because it'd be a pre-existing condition and the insurance wouldn't pay for it anyway. It'd pay for emergencies, but it wouldn't pay for anything related to what's happening. So I have to figure out what this is before purchasing a policy. So got to get through this next few weeks, and then we'll figure it out. So anywho, I knew what I was getting into. It was a purebred dog. It's just kind of is what it is. So, and she's my baby. So anywho, so the fragrances, I've already tried this one before, so I won't try it again on camera. But what I wanted to update and talk about was my everlasting quest for finding Contre Moi. And I pretty much had resigned myself to checking eBay and trying to find a sealed bottle, and even that the supply is dwindling out there. There was one bottle going for about nearly $1,000, and I just thought that was kind of ridiculous. Like, I love the fragrance, but not that much, and that's just obscene. It's just not. No matter how much I love it, I'm not going to pay $1,000 for this size bottle. If it was probably the what was the 3.8 ounce? I can't remember. On eBay, I came across a perfumer called European Perfumes, and they claim to have a designer imposter or dupe, or however you want to call it. And they have a version that's comparable to Contre Moi and several other perfume design houses, but they had Contre Moi and they had Cactus Garden, and several of the different varieties from Louis Vuitton. So I Googled it, saw what they had. I went ahead and purchased Contre Moi. I have Cactus Garden on the way. It should be here on Monday. So I'll try that one out and see if that one's similar. But so far, and I just label it really basic on the, see if I can show that. There it goes. It's a very basic bottle. And this, I think, is a 1 ounce bottle, if I remember correctly. It was $20, so not expensive at all. It's not 100%, so it's not like dead ringer, but it's pretty gosh darn. It's the closest I've gotten. So I've been buying tons of brands with the same notes to try to get something similar, and nothing has been anywhere near close. And this, surprisingly, is very similar. I would say this is just a touch more. It's got another floral note in it that's just a touch off, but considering $20 and what they've done, it's pretty gosh darn close. So it just has a little bit of I almost want to say like a cheap lotiony kind of just generic lotion scent that's mixed in here, and I have no idea what note it is, but that's the only thing that's kind of throwing me off. Is it's just there's something in there that's not quite there, but it's as close as we can possibly get to Contre Moi out there. And of course, I can just spritz liberally with this. So lasting power is good. It's not bad. Again, not perfect, but considering, it's not bad at all. So $20 for this size. You can get smaller samples depending on the brand and what you're buying. Some of them are like $9 to $12. I believe that's the 1/3 ounce roll-ons. So it's more, even at just trying it out, I spent $20 on this size, and I thought this was fine. So why spend $10 for a little tiny bottle when if you spent $20, it's a crapshoot. But you'd go, if it did work out, you'd have plenty and not have to go back and reorder. So you just kind of, what's it worth to you? Is $20 too much to throw it to the wind? It's free shipping. So, I mean, I know money's, doesn't grow on trees, but for me, it was a good enough gamble. I'd already been spending a decent fortune on other brands trying hit and miss to get something. So this was an easy, try. So quite excited about that. Oh, this is 2 fluid ounces. So I got the 2 fluid ounce size for $20. So not bad at all. I will see what Cactus Garden is like from them. And there is one other house on here, one other storefront that also does contra moi. I have not bought from them yet, so I'm not going to talk about them because I haven't tried it, but I'm going to try them, see if they are maybe a little bit closer, but this is close enough that I'm happy with it. So excited to have that, to have it, you know, make me not go through this as fast. So that's exciting. Lastly, so the reason why it's not just pickles, that this vlog is not as interesting, and maybe future ones won't be either. So the weekend of Juneteenth, I was in a car accident, and it was unfortunately, I was driving and it was a medical emergency. My blood sugar fell to about 30, which is pretty much a coma like event, which I don't have that happen. So it was a very unusual situation. I'm not going to make excuses. I misjudged my timing. I took my insulin and misjudged my intake and timing, and it was not good. So thankfully I didn't hurt anybody, and it was just my car and myself. But it's really I guess scared me enough to know that I'm burning at both ends, so to speak, too stressed out, not taking care of myself, not doing what I need to do. So I'm going to need to make some changes to just my behaviors and my actions to never allow something like that to happen again. And granted, you know, in the moment I was telling myself, well, you know, this is my own fault because I work from home. I don't leave the house very often. I don't usually drive this far, but I was saying all these things, but it could have happened 5 minutes from my house. In this case, it was more, I was up in Portland, so I had driven over an hour away, and I was actually on my way to Canada on a trip. So it was a fluke. It was an oddity, but even so, it could have happened here near my house. It could have happened in any instance, and it was just my own, you know, not taking care of myself, period. And with that, I'm not sure I want to be behind the wheel and driving and have anything possibly happening. So that's going to be a big change to my independence and the way I live my life. So I have to really figure out how that's going to affect my everyday being. I mean, I am grateful that I only have to go to the office once in a while. You might have noticed I moved my office around. In fact, I think I had put it in the very beginning of this vlog that I got a promotion, so my job has changed a little bit. I have more meetings and needed to change my setup here at home. But even so, I still need to go into the office once a month at minimum, sometimes twice a month as needed. So while I'm very lucky and very fortunate I can work from home the majority of the time, I will still need to go in to the office on occasion. So I need to be prepared for that and be healthy enough to be able to accomplish that that task as needed. So long story, basically I need to make some changes that might mean not doing YouTube. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming I can still do what I do, because I do order a lot of my items via online and shipping. I don't do a lot of in-store shopping because there just isn't that much here in Oregon anyway, but that will change my vlogs. Obviously, I won't be out driving and doing things. I'll need to rely on Steph or, you know, some other method to get out and about. So there'll be some changes to how things are done. If that means I have to cut back on things, that's and what I upload, that's what I'll do. But I'll figure it out. But we'll see what happens. But just thought I would share. I appreciate you listening and appreciate all of you. So thank you for being around, and we'll see you when I see you. Bye.